guys and girls, and welcome to another suggestions video. This one's about a wilderness minigame called Survival, and it's designed to test your wits, your strategies and skills against other players, and also to incentivise exploring and going to otherwise unpopulated areas of the wilderness. Right, so on to how it works. You talk to a survival guide in the wilderness ditch. For this video I've just talked to this guy here. Choose your difficulty level, so easy, medium or hard, and pay your entry fee. Which varies depending on the difficulty level. The survival guide will then ask you if you're ready, and then if you're all geared up, you say yes, pay the fee, and he'll teleport you randomly into the wilderness, and a survival icon will appear above your head, so a bit like Protect from Melee or whatever, but obviously a unique icon. This also counts as a skull, so you will lose everything if you die, and the survival icon can change colour depending on how much you risk, a bit like the bounty hunter icon. Now all you have to do is simply survive for as long as you can, and once you die, your time could be recorded as a high score on the main page as an added incentive on top of the rewards that I'll go into in a moment. I forgot to say, so before you teleport, you could also be given an orb from the survival guide, which when you click on it scans an area slightly beyond the minimap and tells you whether there's a player or not and from which direction. Now I thought of this because people might say it's based too much on luck rather than skill, so I think this would shift the favour towards skill, requiring you to act quickly and come up with some strategies to escape the incoming player or players. Also a note about the difficulty level. So easy, you're allowed to use an entire inventory of items from your bank to start off. Medium, you could be capped to half of your inventory to start, and hard could be you're only allowed 3 items to start with. Right, so a few notes about the minigame. So it's not a safe minigame, so you will lose your stuff if you die. During the minigame there'll be a logout and world switch timer, so similar to the dead man mode where you have to wait a few seconds before you can. Standing in one spot for a certain amount of time will stop the timer until you move again, like dead man mode. In order to prevent cheating, you'll essentially be an Iron Man throughout. So no trading, no receiving aid from other players or picking up items from killed players or NPCs if someone else has done more damage to them. There'll be no teleports, no banking, and the hours required for the rewards are obviously subject to change, but the idea behind it is to make it incredibly difficult by the medium to hard stage to make it something worthwhile getting, something that's actually quite impressive. Another note, accomplishing certain things in survival mode could add to your survival time. So for example, tasks could pop up in the chat box, and then if you complete that like very short task, then it might add say 5 minutes onto your time. However, those are optional and you can choose not to do them if you want. Now every now and then, depending upon your thieving and hunter levels, you might leave a footprint behind, which you can cover if you spot it. And if you've got the right materials to hand. However, if you fail to see it and you leave it uncovered, then people can find it and use it to track you. And the amount of detail and accuracy that the footprint gives them will depend upon their hunter level. So if they've got a low hunter level, it will probably give a vague idea of where you are. But if they've got a high hunter level, then it will make it a lot easier for them to find you. Now the frequency that you leave footprints will depend on your thieving level. So the higher your thieving level, the less often you will leave a footprint. So all that I've just spoken about that involves pay-to-play skills. If you're doing this minigame on a free-to-play world, then obviously it'll have to be set for each player. Right, so on to the rewards. So what I'm suggesting is some tiered cosmetics. So for each of the difficulty levels, easy, medium and hard, each one looking more badass than the previous one. And they'll look like they make you look like a survival expert. Also, all tiers will help to unlock Man of the Wild perks, which is something related to another suggestion I'm going to make in another video coming soon. And also bragging rights. So if there is a high scores made for this, obviously it'll be open-ended. So there's always a chance it can be beaten. Right, that about covers it for this suggestion, guys and girls. So I'll pop the document up, and that's got a table of the cosmetic rewards and suggested times for them. But obviously it would need to be balanced. So thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.